You guys, streams here again. This is going to be what if Goku had limitless potential. Now, basically, this one, well, the title says Goku would have limitless potential. Now, examples of potential basically be like Frieza. His final form basically is his base form, I'm pretty sure. So, like the first form that we see him in, where he has like the more pinkish appearance. Well, that form, that's kind of like his most restrained state, then his base form is 120 million. This is full power. His base form is his full powered form. So that's like Frieza's potential, and he trained for 7 months and unlocked the crazy golden Frieza. So that could already give you guys an example of what that kind of potential Frieza had. And then we could have another example being Gohan. He's already able to keep up with God Ki Goku after just a few. I believe it was just like barely even a week of training. Not even a week of training. So yeah. But now, wait, pause. So, yeah, it's like had Gohan's potential, we had Frieza's potential. Gohan wasn't raised to be a scholar, but he has the most potential out of most people on Earth. People assume Goten does, but I'm saying that it's Gohan. If we saw Goten was raised to be a fighter, already like Super Saiyan just off of one small thing. So we can imagine Gohan if he was raised to be a fighter, not some scholar. So yeah. Now you guys can already kind of just guess about what kind of potential they have. Well, not they, what Goku has. Goku at birth already has a power level that can break scouters. At this, immediately King Vegeta just wanted to send Goku off planet, but Bardock, being one of the stronger Saiyans, actually defends his son. It's the point where he's fighting off King Vegeta, and they seem like equals. All King Vegeta's guards are defeated, and King Vegeta eventually has to Shin has to not Shin. I mean, he has to basically just kind of go all out. They both do. And they basically beat each other to the point where they're both covered in bruises. Till he had seen, basically someone basically made a comment saying, so King Vegeta's trying to exile this kid? You can beat your only chance of defeating Frieza. King Vegeta heard that and roared, saying, No, me and my son will free you. We don't need to rely on some low level. That's when Bardock had yelled, my son is not a low level, he's surpassing both of us, and doesn't even know how to mumble yet. And with that, everyone had heard that, and they realized it's a newborn that King Vegeta wants to exile. Immediately, he gets a barrage of boos, tomatoes thrown at him, and Vegeta's listening to this. Someone stronger than him was born to that low-class Saiyan. But this Saiyan was low class. Why is he comparing to his father? He realized that this Saiyan was content with being ranked as low class, but his strength was on par with nobles, and his son was even surpassing nobles. So it was just a very weird thing. But eventually, King Vegeta wanting to appease his people, and also not wanting to be booed out of his own kingdom, just says, "Fine, damn it, that Brack can stay here." But once he's old enough to become a soldier, he cannot stay on this planet any longer. Do you understand me, Bardock? Bardock says, "Whatever. Try to exile him, and I'll kill you and your brat son." Bardock walked off, picking up his son's pod. Guinea following suit, and Raditz does as well. Now, eventually, multiple assassins that are sent by King Vegeta, but Guinea, Raditz, and Bardock are well prepared. One assassin went to kill Goku while they thought Guinea and Bardock were sleeping, and when he got near Goku's pod, Guinea cuts off his leg. Immediately, that person runs out screaming and crying. Well, not runs, but kind of wobbles out, screaming and crying and crawling. Now, King Vegeta had basically seen the person with their leg missing. Then around a year later, another assassin comes, and basically all King Vegeta sees is a body being sent flying with their head in full 360. Full 180, not 160. Not 160. Full 180, not full 360. My bad. King Vegeta realized that basically trying to assassinate Goku was pointless, but we go to the night where basically Frieza would want to annihilate the Saiyan race. Now, this is because one of Frieza's soldiers overheard Raditz and Vegeta talking, and they reported that there's a Saiyan on planet Vegeta that was stronger than Then the king. This threatened Frieza, so he decided to blow it up. Well, didn't threaten Frieza directly, just scared him. Eventually, this leads to Goku being still shipped off. As he's shipped off, he eventually does have to, like, I guess, land on Earth. So he lands on Earth, and Raditz doesn't know where his brother is. And Vegeta, well, actually respects Goku and even Bardock. Because, well, he met someone that didn't care about ranks. We didn't care about ranks at all. He was specing nobles, but was classified as a low rank. That didn't bother him. It bothered the hell out of Vegeta. And his son was born stronger than him. Vegeta is kind of learning a lesson over time. But, yeah. Now, eventually, we go to when Goku's on Earth. He's 3 years old. And he trains for Grandpa Gohan. And it does still hit his head. And it doesn't really hold back his potential. It quite literally just suppresses his Saiyan nature. But otherwise, his power is still there. Now, Grandpa Gohan does train Goku with martial arts. And with Goku's potential, well, Goku, when he does kill Grandpa Gohan, his power level was already at 40,000. Then, at times 4, gives Goku the power level of 400,000. And, well, he almost destroys the whole country. But it calls upon multiple warriors to save it, being Master Shen, Roshi. Gohan did survive at this point. Ox King, basically every single main fighter in that. Every single main fighter in that part of the country, not that part, but every single main fighter in the country were called upon, and they had to basically just defeat this giant ape. And so I'm going to tell Roshi and Ox King what's going on, and like, oh, so what do we have to do? Gohan points out the tail. That seems to be Goku's main weakness since he guards it so heavily. So with this, they are ready for an attack, with Ox King and Gohan distracting it, alongside Tien Shinhan, Chaozu, and Mr. Shen. And Roshi will buff up from distance, and basically just blow off the tail. Now, this power is contained in the mountains, but anyone that was a main fighter, if someone was a raised or born fighter, they could tell that this was a person doing this. They felt the power. But yeah. But now eventually, Goku would proceed to talk to, Gohan proceeds to talk to Roshi and everyone else. And Roshi would end up questioning Shen on why Shen was here. So Shenron, I want to say Shenron. Roshi would question Shen and Tien and Chaozu, and Shen says, they're going to destroy the country. So you expecting to let it happen? And immediately, this is when Roshi nodded, saying, "Yep, just like you. That would be just like you. So let the country be destroyed." Shen says, "Fair enough, but no, I have a dojo. It costs a lot of money." Goku's a little confused because he's basically just waking up. Well, his tail's gone. Eventually, with this, Kami appears in front of them and says he's willing to basically remove Goku's tail permanently, so it doesn't turn into a great ape again. Goku's pretty dazed and understanding what Kami said, but Gohan accepts this as Goku's tail is permanently taken away. But now, Shen, Ox King, Gohan, Roshi, they all acknowledge that Goku's power is too immense to be left untamed. So with this, they find an isolated island, not just a small sandbar that Roshi lives on, an actual island that's isolated, or a large plot of land that no one goes near for miles. And instead, they're actually able to find a place in the desert, and that desert, well, there's a very big oasis. It's a gigantic lake, and, well, this is miles from society. It's the point where Gohan, Ox King, and Ox King, Gohan, Roshi, and Goku, they had to be picked up and flown to even get to this oasis. It takes too long to swim. They're almost tens of thousands of miles away from any near civilization. So they built the new constructed martial arts academy here, and Tien and Goku helped build it. Ox King would introduce Goku and Tien to his daughter Chi-Chi, and with this, Goku and Tien are raised alongside each other like brothers this time. Now, not like brothers actually, but more like rivals, because Shen is like, Tien, you have to strive to reach Goku's level. Do you understand me? And he's gonna try to like, hell yeah. And then Roshi's like, Goku, don't kill us. Goku's like, hell yeah, I'll try not to. And Chi-Chi's basically raised as Goku's sister, so they'll not be the ship. Yes, they're not related, but Goku is raised alongside her for a really long time. So yeah. Wait, let me see. Pause. So Goku would proceed to basically train alongside these people, and he would learn every single crane school technique alongside basically just turtle hermit school. Now, Yamcha does search out the oasis because he's in the desert and finds them. When he finds them, well, it was very shocking to find a martial arts school there. He sees people training on it, and these people, well, they have power that he didn't even think possible. Due to training with Goku, Roshi, Shen, Gohan, Tien, Chaozu, they all got insanely strong. Oxine was the weakest one, and its power level was still 3,000. The strongest one of the humans was, well, I don't think Tien counts as a human, but I count him. He was the strongest human with a power level of 12,000. And below him would be Roshi at 10,000, and below him would be Shen at 8,000. Then we would have Gohan at 5,000. Chaozu is at 5,000 as well, let's say that. Yamcha would approach them as she asked to train with them, and they agreed. Because Yamcha seemed cool. When Yamcha trains, he would realize how strong everyone here is, but eventually they do meet Bulma. Yamcha, his playboy personality, well, that was forced to exit his body. They had to be calm, focus on battle. Only that's the only thing they have out here. So it was very weird. But yeah, so then Bulma asked about Dragon Balls. Shen had one. Roshi had one. Gohan had two. So 1, 2, 4. Yeah, they have 4 Dragon Balls in total. Bulma was looking for 3 more. But they agree to give them all. And Roshi does try to say, "Well, show me your panties, and I'll give you my Dragon Ball." Goku legit snags it and says that he wants to find the other Dragon Balls as well. Bulma asks what his wish is, and he just says, and nothing. He just wants to find them. It'd be fun. So Bulma lets Goku come alongside just Yamcha, Krillin. Krillin came because he heard how strong this school was. Did I mention Krillin came? If I did or not. Like I did mean Yamcha, but then Krillin did come later on. Yeah, so Krillin, Yamcha, Goku, Tien, and Chaozu, and Chi-Chi. Those are the 6 that come. Chi-Chi isn't really a fighter, so her power level doesn't really matter, but her power level is 2,000. But yeah. So now they proceed to go around the world looking for Dragon Balls. They meet Oolong, and they basically speedrun everything. The next important thing I find is basically when Goku would find Corn's Tower, he climbs it, and they find water. He does that thing pretty easily. So with the not Red Ribbon Army, with the Divine Water, Goku's potential is unlocked. His power level went from being around 100,000, jumping to 1 million. Like I said, limitless potential. Power level can have random fluxes of being super high for no reason, and then being insanely low randomly. So he can have a boost of like, oh, Guru can unlock my potential, and it can get boosted by 2 levels. Or Guru can unlock it, and it can jump to be trillions of levels high. It just fluctuates. And Corn's was one of the fluctuations. But yeah, so he drinks divine water, and immediately Earth began shaking under Goku's pressure. With this Kami, he's in shock that Goku got this strong really fast. But so Kami kind of just went in the time chamber saying, don't bother him. And we should train in there as much as possible. As he trains in there for years on end with a insane amount of water in there. Or water in there. But, yeah. So, pause. Okay, so Goku proceeds to just go with them. when they meet the Pilaf gang. Well, they're not really a challenge. The Dragon Balls the Pilaf gang was looking for, Goku and his team already have. The other 3 Dragon Balls, his team already had those. He trained at Corn Tower for a very short amount of time. Yeah. So now they basically Speed Blitz Dragon Ball. Tien Shinhan, Chaozu could have handled the Red Ribbon Army, but Goku wanted to fight one of their opponents that was known as Jibo. Jibo wasn't really impressive at all, but still he was rumored strongest. Goku Rabian destroying everyone. Well, Jibo challenged Goku to fight. Goku and Jibo fight, and Goku doesn't attack him once. Pushes him once. It was a simple push. Everyone saw it, and when Jibo was pushed, he sent flying through a tank, and that much damage killed him. Eventually, they leave with the Red Ribbon Army in shambles. Missionary Tao tries to attack, but, well, Missionary Tao was aware of who Goku was, but was still hired to kill him, so he didn't really care much about it. Knew he couldn't win, but tried to give it his all, and is killed in the process. But now with this, we kind of have to just wait till the King Piccolo saga. Another time, they all participate in the tournament. Krillin still trains with them. We're gonna go over power levels. Goku is out 1.5 million. Behind him being Tien at 80,000. Then, Tien is at 80,000. Behind him being Roshi, who's at 60,000. Then Krillin, who's at 40,000. Then Shen, who's at 15,000. Not 15,000, I mean. So, Goku is at 1.5 million. I'm going to give Tien 200,000. Screw it. Then, Roshi is at 80,000. Krillin is at 60,000. Shen is at 55,000. Then Chaozu at 40,000, but he's not really important right now. Then Chi-Chi at 30,000. And Ox King at 38,000. And Yamcha is going to be at 40,000 exactly. So, yeah. I guess what would be more important now would probably be, I didn't think of it. So, Piccolo Jr. Saga happens, they all end up fighting in a tournament. Goku wins, obviously, he's the strongest one. Then, when they fight King Piccolo, well, Goku still kills him, but with a simple punch to the chest, and it basically just blows a hole through him. Just one simple, whoosh, I'm fast, punch to the chest, boom, blow your body open. King Piccolo still spits out an egg, but Goku's able to grab it pretty easily using his power pole. He shoots it out and smacks it right into his arms. He catches it, Mr. Popo appears in front of Goku and everyone else and tells them about Kami and offers them all to train Kami's lookout. Arrive there, seeing Kami, who looks like a much buffer and taller version of himself, with his power level being at 400,000. Kami, like I said, basically spends all the time in the time chamber. He wanted to upgrade the Dragon Balls to be worthy enough for someone like Goku and the Dragon Team. Plus, he didn't want some random kid to surpass him. But Kami comes out of the time chamber, and he's still not as strong as Goku, but still pretty strong. Stronger than all the Z fighters. But with this, he trains them all, and, well, we go basically when Goku is 19. So, Piccolo Jr. would be born on the lookout, and is raised on the lookout. Goku spends a lot of time in the time chamber with Kami and Tien. Those three are the ones that are mainly in it. As they're training there, Goku, by the time he comes out, after that one day, it's been 1 year for his body. And pause. So it's been basically 1 year for Goku's power and everything. So with this, his power level would be at, let's say, I'm going to say, 10 million. This is power level, 10 million. By the time he's 19. He can already go Super Saiyan, and then we have Kami, who's at 1 million, and Tien at 3 million. Everyone else on the outside, including Roshi, Shen, and Chi-Chi. Yes, those guys too. Even Yamcha. they're all well over 300,000. But no one except for Krillin is reaching 900,000. Now the tournament, well, no, Piccolo Jr. is at Kami's level, so yeah. In the tournament, they all fight, and Goku still wins. 2 years pass, and Goku would marry Bulma instead of Chi-Chi, like so before. Chi-Chi is raised alongside him like a sister. Chi-Chi would end up dating Tien, and yeah. Because Tien and Chi-Chi were never close, because Tien's personality was still pretty douchey. Eventually, Shen kind of stopped caring about Tien's personality and his intentions while fighting, so Tien kind of softened up about that. During this time, Goku would live at Capsule Corp, and Bulma develops a weight training machine. He trains in there, and he's able to withstand even 10,000 times normal gravity. Eventually, he's able to withstand 2,000 times planet Vegeta's gravity. He's insanely strong regardless. But now we would have basically just, we'd go to basically just when Raditz arrives. When Raditz arrives, Goku and Bulma already had Gohan, and he's born a year earlier. Not a year earlier. I mean, he's born at the same time, but like a month earlier. Let's say that. So with this, Goku would basically just train Gohan, and Bulma doesn't understand the importance of fighting, because Goku seems to get strong really fast. And Super Saiyan form is no joke. Super Saiyan form is already times 50, and that'd be, I believe, 500 million, pretty sure. Let me check. So Goku, by the time at the beginning of Z, his power level is 55 million in base form. And he has his Ozaru Wrath form. So when he powers up, he can have power level 550 million. Not just 55 million. But then he has Super Saiyan, which is giving him a power level of 2.75 billion. 2.75, not 275, but 2.75. And yeah. Now, eventually we would also have Gohan awakening Super Saiyan, with his Super Saiyan full power being at 300,000. So 300,000 divided by 50. So we'd have 6. Yeah, pretty sure that would make his base power level 60,000. So still pretty powerful. But Gohan can't use it for a long amount of time. At best, he can use it for 10 minutes before it takes too much hurt on his body. Then we have Tien behind Goku, who's actually at 20 million at full power. But yeah. Now eventually when Raditz arrives, the lowest power level he senses, it's Chi-Chi. And it breaks the scouter. No, I'm kidding, it's not Chi-Chi, it's Gohan. Chi-Chi's still pretty strong. So yeah. Now, he senses Chi-Chi's power level and attacks her first or goes toward her location, but suddenly his scouter would break and be shocked. But he bursts in through the door, and when he bursts in, he would see just Tien and Chi-Chi with their son, and this kind of makes him a little bit nervous because he's confused. But suddenly, when he sees Tien playing with his son, Tien will question who Raditz is, and Raditz would yell for Kakarot. And immediately Tien will actually demand who Raditz is, but Raditz just attacks Tien, saying, "Shut up, who do you think you're yelling at?" It goes on for attack. He's punched basically halfway across the planet. Tien's punch was that strong, and basically Tien not holding back a single bit. The Raditz then flying, Goku appears behind him, catching him. And he questions who Raditz is. Raditz is still very much unconscious. But eventually he wakes up, and would see Goku and say, "Kakarot, there you are. I was looking all over for you." Goku's a little confused, saying, "My name is Son Goku. Who's Kakarot? It sounds like Carrot." And that's when Raditz would say, "You're Kakarot. You look just like our father." Goku would say, "I did, Dad." And that's when Bulma says, "Yes, you idiot, you did, but you didn't know him." Goku says, "I had a grandpa." That's when Roshi says, "Goku, he was your master, and I guess he qualifies as your adopted father." Goku doesn't really get what's going on, but Raditz is just like, "Goku, I'm your brother." Goku doesn't even care though. He cares more about the fact that he burst into Tien and Chi-Chi's house in front of their son, and was like, "Where's this person?" So basically he's more mad that they scared Tien and Chi-Chi's son. But yeah. But I guess it's just I guess Raditz just refuses to be a good person. This doesn't seem like his personality. All he did remember is that Goku was always extremely powerful. So seeing him among them as the strongest doesn't surprise him. But he does say that Goku's a traitor to the Saiyan race, and says he doesn't consider himself Goku's brother. But Goku doesn't care, punches him in the face, and very swiftly, and it kills him. Eventually 1 year passes, and King Kai invites Goku to train with him. Goku accepts, and heads over to King Kai's planet. He turns to Kaioken, and Spirit Bomb there. King Kai realizes how strong Goku is, and how much potential he has. He takes him to planet Namek, and has his potential unlocked by Guru. Guru would unlock as much of it as he can reach, and unlocks a lot of it. But immediately all the potential that was unlocked is filled up with more potential. There's no limit. And before King Kai leaves, Guru says, Goku almost took his life force with that much potential being unlocked. Goku's power level at this point was exactly 1 billion. Goku has that much potential, like King Kai, that Guru had unlocked, and it was just so much. So, yeah. Now that leaves Goku Super Saiyan at 50 billion. But we also have Zakari at 10 billion, so, yeah. Now, Goku would kind of just stay with King Kai for that 1 year until Vegeta and Nappa arrive. When they arrive, Goku just watches from a nearby mountain as they demand to look for Kakarot, but Tien says, sorry, Goku isn't here right now, but we're willing to take a message or something. Nappa thinks they're being idiots and sends out Cybermen still, but Chi-Chi and Yamcha step up, and Chi-Chi quietly just stomps on the ground, and Cybermen are sent flying into the air, and one Wolfang Fist kills them all. Not Saiyans yet, because Yamcha was going after them, but he kills all the Cybermen. Eventually, there's at least Nappa jumping at Yamcha, but suddenly, Nappa falls to the ground, and he's dead. And all the Z fighters could tell who this was because they're fast enough and strong enough to track who that was. It was Goku. All he would do was literally just appear above Nappa and flick him. Didn't punch, didn't kick, a flick. Then Vegeta couldn't see it, but question what happened, and they say Kakarot did that. Now Vegeta immediately yells for Kakarot to come out because he's being a coward, but that's when Yamcha will just straight up slap Vegeta across the face, and Vegeta says, who the hell do you think you are? And attacks Yamcha, but is quite literally being bodied by Yamcha. Eventually, Vegeta would use a blood wave and turn into a great ape and begin trying to fight Yamcha. But Yamcha, well, it's probably exactly 500,000. We have Vegeta, who's not even scraping 300. So this is something that he was not expecting. He's being abused by Yamcha. You heard that right? Vegeta abusing Yamcha. Nah, I'm kidding. I was going to say Vegeta was going to beat Yamcha due to the fact that Yamcha's hella weak. Even though Vegeta's power level is so vast. Well, so vastly low compared to Yamcha, but yeah, Yamcha abusing Vegeta. So eventually, Yamcha just stops playing around with Vegeta, and just hops in the back of the neck full force, and it does knock him out. On Nappa, Goku accidentally killed him. Goku just flipped him in the back of the head, not as hard as he could, but with just enough force to knock him out. But Goku split his head open. Now Goku would kind of find something to restrain Vegeta. As Vegeta's restrained, they end up talking to Vegeta, and Vegeta talks about the whole Frieza thing, and asks about Nappa. And Goku says he accidentally flicked him too hard and killed him. But Vegeta can't get one thing off his mind. He feels Goku's presence, and, well, it's powerful. There's nothing that he's never felt anything like this before. But it doesn't matter. All that matters right now is that he tries to escape and lie his way through it. But it doesn't work. Goku is Goku. He can't lie his way out of this. But so eventually he just says that he's willing to work on their side if they can help him take on Frieza. And it's not really a lie. So they let him go. And they heal him in Senzu. And they get to planet Namek. They go Planet Namek the same way. It's just Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan are on one ship. Piccolo joins in because basically he learned how to basically level up along like a Saiyan. He just doesn't have Zenkais, but he trains a lot like one and was able to get similar upgrades to like one. So yeah. Now Vegeta quickly is actually able to get to not Goku's level, but get to a power level where unlocking Super Saiyan wouldn't be too hard. So Gohan already has it at such a young age. He's not even 10 yet. The fact that he was raised to be really strong. And then Piccolo's with them, and basically was able to... He's kind of comparable to how he is in the Buu Saga, or Cell Saga, whatever I want to say. He's comparable to both of those arcs. He's comparable to, let's say, Buu Saga Piccolo. I don't know how strong Buu Saga Piccolo is, but he's comparable to that Piccolo. And eventually they end up, they end up getting Planet Namek. When they get out, well, they're met by the Ginyu Force. And first person they encounter would be Raccoon, Jace, Birder, Ginyu, everyone. Now immediately Raccoon would rush right at Gohan, same as weakest link, but Goku watches Gohan would then roar, going Super Saiyan, and appear right behind Raccoon, with Raccoon having a gigantic fist imprint on his chest. And he's dead. Immediately Ginyu tries to swap bodies with someone, Piccolo would grab his head and crush it. From behind, of course, so he wasn't in Ginyu's line of sight. But then Gohan proceeds to take down every single member of the Ginyu Force single-handedly till Zarbon and Dodoria arrive. When they arrive, Zarbon attacks Vegeta, but Vegeta would just, he took a technique from Goku. Goku helped him with it, of course. The technique, of course, the technique is basically just forcing out a ton of pressure, like releasing tons of pressure, and it comes out in chocolates of wind that can slice anything apart. So with this is to make Zarbon get trapped in that rush of power, and it cuts apart Zarbon, killing him. Dodoria rushes at him, but Goku just looks at looks at Dodoria, and throws his fist down very swiftly, basically kind of crushing his head. But now Frieza. So Gohan at full power is now comparable to Frieza. He's on the level of Planet Namek Goku. Well, Goku, even in space form, without trying at all, can abuse Frieza. So yeah, now eventually they do end up encountering Frieza, but Gohan fights him this time. Vegeta occasionally tags in, but before Gohan fought Frieza, they got all the Dragon Balls that they could, and Gohan also had his potential unlocked. He had a lot of it. When his potential was unlocked, his power level is now on the level, his base power level is now on the same level as full power Frieza. So his full power is 120 million. And then his base power is 120 million. So that would make it times 50 with Super Saiyan. So we have to go 50 times 12, which is going to be 60. So 6 billion? Something like that. Let me check. Yeah, 6 billion. So, yep. I kind of forgot how math works for a bit, because I'm on winter break and I refuse to think of school. But now I'm kind of doing it because of math, so my math's coming back to my head. My math is coming back to my head. But yeah, so Gohan proceeds to fight Frieza in his base form, and Frieza is just shocked. He's not even powering up, and you can tell that Gohan is not the weakest, not the strongest, but it makes him immediately piss off Frieza that Gohan's not the strongest. Now Frieza does eventually fire off that gigantic blast that would destroy Planet Vegeta. Not Planet Vegeta, that would destroy Planet Namek. But Vegeta also got his potential unlocked. Vegeta is now on the level of canonical Planet Namek Goku. So Vegeta actually holds this blast back with the help of Piccolo. With him holding him back, this leaves enough time for Gohan to actually shove Frieza into it and hold him there. Gohan's so durable that it's not burning him or hurting him. Well, it tingles a bit, but Gohan will left there for 10-15 minutes for it to even burn him. He'll hold Frieza there for 2 minutes, and eventually Frieza dies. With that, Vegeta will roar, so would Piccolo, and the blast is shot into space towards the empty planet, blowing the planet up. Now, Frieza Force is defeated on Planet Namek, and, Piccolo had learned some abilities from Kami, one healing and regeneration. So, the healing technique, he used that on anyone on Planet Namek, but if they weren't too serious to heal, Piccolo just absorbed them, or fused with them. They fused with Piccolo. It's just kind of Piccolo's way of saying we can be stronger to avoid threats like Frieza. I said 3, not free, but yeah. So Frieza. Alright, so now we go to just like them heading back. When they head back, Goku and Bulma just talk for a bit, and eventually when they get to Earth, we have a few years of peace. Well, they have like 2 years of peace, and then eventually King Kai recommends that Goku train on Yardrat, so he does just that. But quickly he is able to unlock instant transmission and spirit vision. So he unlocks those 2 techniques. He arrives on Earth, and Kami unlocks Goku's potential, because that's one technique he learned to do, because it'd be pretty useful for Goku and Gohan, and potentially Vegeta. So yeah, with this, Goku is kind of just stays strong, so to say. Now, when Trunks arrives, well, Trunks' hair is a little different. It's half blonde and half black. Now, he does give Goku heart medication, and does sound like, oh yeah, he's from the future, but he's just basically here to tell them about a future threat. The androids. And, well, I'm going to tell you guys why Trunks' hair is half yellow, half black. While Goku has been on planet Yardrat, well, Vegeta didn't get to know anyone. Like, Chi-Chi's already dating, Bulma's already married. So, that's the option, launch. So yeah, so Trunks, this dude launches also alternate personality. That's kind of the form that gave birth to Trunks, so he's kind of in a default rage boost. Plus his hair is just different colors, so yeah. And he's going to be named Trunks on Bulma's recommendation, and Launch didn't care, she wanted to name the kid. But he's not born yet. So I guess we just go from there. Now, Goku gets heart medication, and when Goku had his potential unlocked, when he already came back to Earth, his pilot power level was already exactly, his power level was already, so when he was on Namek, his power level was 1 billion exactly in his base form. Then get stack that with Ozaru, that'd make it 10 billion. Then Super Saiyan, which is 50 billion. But now Gohan was already pretty strong enough. But now Goku's base power level, I'll replace his Ozaru with now his base form. His base power level is now 6 billion. And that was with the help of Yardrat and Tommy. Like I said before, he can be really drastic or very underwhelming. This was one of the more underwhelming ones. So Goku's power level being 6 billion at base. With Ozaru, that's going to be 60 billion, and then with Super Saiyan, that's 300 billion. But then also stack that with Ozaru, which I'm pretty sure would make stack Super Saiyan with Ozaru, which would also make that, I'm pretty sure, so 50 times 10 would be 500. 500 times 6 billion. I'll find that out real quick. 3 trillion. That's Goku's current full power. So, yeah. Now, Goku would kind of just proceed to wait for the androids to arrive and does take his heart medication on Bulma, telling him to. So, yeah. Now while Goku's kind of waiting, he did teach Gohan all the Yardratian techniques he could, and well, he mastered the Yardratian techniques in 1 year, so went to Namek and did those techniques. So with this, he didn't master every single Yardratian technique, but the ones he wanted to master, he did. So he now wants to master select a few Namekian ones. But some of the Namekian techniques he could have learned on Yardrat, so he just actually learned a few of them, being healing, regeneration, spirit vision, and instant transmission. So yeah, so he teaches instant transmission to Gohan and regeneration. And then teaches the same thing to Tien. Teaches Tien and teaches everyone instant transmission, because the androids can be strong enough to the point where they're being pushed to their brink. But the androids still attack. Yamcha's still the first one on the scene. Some him and Dr. Gero plus entry 19. Those two equal Yamcha's power. Eventually, Yamcha is able to kill 19, but Dr. Gero takes one of Yamcha's arms and cuts his other eye at least. Now with this not Android 19. Dr. Gero escapes, and he's able to unleash 17 and 18. Now immediately 17 and 18 come out. They do kill Dr. Gero. They unleash 16. But as they walk out of the base, they see everyone there, and 16 immediately attacks Goku. But as he goes near Goku, he's thrown basically most of the way across the planet. Goku just did a basic toss. Wait, pause. Alright, so, yeah. 16 is thrown around, and then 17 and 18 attack Goku. But immediately Goku evades, and Team Gohan and Tien proceed to fight. Tien does grow his extra 2 arms with that technique, and holds 17 in place while he proceeds to wail on him. But eventually 17 is able to break free and kill Tien. With that, Gohan's kicked away by 18, and a ki blast is shot through his stomach. Doesn't kill him, but his regeneration technique is kicking in. The reason Tien was killed was because 17 was able to free one arm and blast Tien right through the face with it, killing him. So, yeah. None of us fighters fight 17 and 18. As they fight, Goku just watches, analyzing every single bit of their moves. Till eventually, Gohan actually got to die from 17, but Goku appears in front of him, and 17, faster than he realized, well, he was thrown all the way in the air, and his one arm is missing. Suddenly, that one arm is thrown right through his stomach, and he hits the ground, being impaled on his own arm. But then we go to 18, who is also in the air, but Goku kicks her back down to Earth, and then basically just knee drops her. Eventually he's just kind of he announces himself as the winner, as 17 isn't dead yet, but he's kind of too weak to fight. With this, Cell does still arrive, but 17 and 18 are detained. 16 is somewhere basically in the ocean just drowning. Not drowning, but somewhere at the bottom of the ocean, just floating down there. His body is found eventually by Piccolo, and Piccolo kills him. And when Cell breaks in to try to absorb 17 and 18, Vegeta encounters him and begins fighting Vegeta. Now Cell is actually able to beat Vegeta, but he made enough of a ruckus for Goku to encounter. He made enough of a ruckus for Goku to come, and he fights Goku. Vegeta was quite literally there because he wanted to kill 18 for breaking his arm. But Goku just was able to follow Vegeta, and then saw Cell beat him. Cell's about to stick his tail into 17's head. He grabs 17's body, he pulls him away. Then we'll grab Cell's tail and swing around, and eventually he is able to shove Cell's tail right into his face. That Cell's thrown right out of Capsule Corp, and Gohan would grab Cell, holding him in place. Then, when Cell tries to break out, Gohan is tearing him, clean in half. Before he's perfectly torn in half, Goku grabs him, throws him in the air as high as he can. Since all the Z fighters were at Capsule Corp, they had seen this. Vegeta's unconscious, but Tien's dead. The ones that were alive and awake saw this, and they all threw a ki blast right at Cell. Cell was hit by it, and these attacks basically just rapidly hit Cell over and over and over, until eventually Goku disappeared. Goku disappeared to Korin. Korin found some way to get more divine water, and contacted Goku via telepathy. Goku, when he appeared in front of Korin held a cup out for Goku to drink the divine water, and he does just that. There's that. Goku's like, ugh, this tastes horrible. But his potential is not even more. And with this, his full power is now on the level of his base. Not base, but his full power, or his full power in base form, had reached what level he gets with Super Saiyan without Ozaru, which is, I believe I said, currently 6 billion, so that'd be 300 billion. 300 billion is Goku's base power currently. Not 300, actually, so it'd be 30 billion. 300 billion. And then this is base power currently. And then we'd have Goku, who could go times 10, which would be 3 trillion. Wait, right? Yeah, 3 trillion. And then with that, could go to... Let me check this math. So Goku's power right now can go up to 15 trillion. So yeah. Now Goku just proceeds to, I guess, go back to the battlefield, where Cell didn't die, but he's actually able to fight the rest of the Z fighters and takes them all down, waiting for Goku to come back. When Goku does, Cell will attack Goku, and, well, when he goes on attack, he's killed like it's nothing. He is officially killed. Goku kills all the Z fighters without Okami, and eventually with this, we fast forward a bit to around the, what arc would it be? I guess the Boo arc. Well, when Trunks does come back, he sees everyone's perfectly okay, just not Tien. Tien's eventually healed, and Trunks is still born the same way, just via Launch and Vegeta. So, yeah. Now, eventually, when Tien arrives at the Dragon Balls, well, the Buu Saga commences. And this time skip, well, it's been pretty interesting, I guess. Goku has spent a lot of time in the time chamber with Vegeta and Gohan and Piccolo, I guess, because Piccolo's the one that stays in there with the most with. Goku eventually is able to awaken Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta masters Super Saiyan 1, as Goku already did that. Then Gohan would end up going into Super Saiyan 2 as well. So that'd be more math time. So by the time the Buu Saga rolls around, Goku's power level, well, full power, he didn't really train at all. So his full power still will rest at 150 trillion, which is still pretty decent. But yeah, so Gohan still participates in the tournament. He's still training and dating Videl. Goten is still born. Yeah, Goku and Bulma live happily. But now we kind of go to, I guess, when Videl was fight Spopovich and Yamu. Videl training at Capsule Corp constantly. She gets a lot better training than just training with Gohan randomly. And plus, Goten's already Super Saiyan alongside Trunks. So yeah, because Bulma kind of opened up a whole training ground for like the old Kami house in the desert. And that's still there, but basement they have a training ground that Bulma specially made for the Saiyans. So they train in there, and it's perfect. Then we go to Goku. We go to everyone else who had just participated in the tournament. Spopovich and Yamu are beaten, but Spopovich is one shot by Videl, just punches him in the gut hard enough to knock him out. Yamu then attacks, but Gohan holds him in place. Then when Gohan would basically fight his opponent, which would be Yamu eventually. Yamu dashed at Gohan holding the container. Gohan doesn't even go full power, just lets out a giant burst of just basically inhales and then exhales as loud as not as loud, but as much as he can. This eventually pushes pushes Yamu back. Yamu would end up dropping the container. Then Spopovich would jump up and start to stab it into Gohan, but Gohan grabbed it and broke it. Then he basically just kills Spopovich and Yamu himself. Now the guys were kind of shocked. Gohan wasn't even going all out, not even using a quarter of his power. He was quite literally just watching and doing the easiest thing possible. He's being lazy. But Gohan was able to track Babidi, Dabura, Pui, and whatever the other guy's name is, and so Babidi, Dabura, Pui, whoever else. Basically, all the other people there. He tells Goku the Z Fighters, and they go there. At 17 and 18, we're actually gonna just rewired, plus with actual healing, they're able to be put back to being a little more emotional humans. And 18 still dating Krillin. And then 17 still lives a normal life. It's just he was participating in the tournament to participate with his sister. But now as I head towards the regular training ground, well, Dabra fights Gohan still, but Gohan just grabs his sword and slashes his head off like it's nothing. Then Goten eventually fights in the tournament still, beating Mr. Satan. Well, not still beating he does beat Mr. Satan this one, and it's not the winner. Then with Buu, Goku has a hidden power, which would be Super Saiyan 3, as he does use it and obliterates Buu, but still, Buu still goes back to Fat Buu. Kid Buu is still manhandled by Goku. Well, not manhandled, Goku can need Spirit Bomb, and I'm pretty sure the Dragon Balls too. Well, Goku needed a bit of Super Saiyan 3, and Kaioken times 2. Kaioken times 2 was quite literally just to make sure Kid Buu didn't get back up. The regular Super Saiyan 3 was fine, it just Super Saiyan 3 with Kaioken times 2, but to make sure that Kid Buu would stay down. Super Buu was pretty easy, actually. Gohan just needed a bit of a tag team going on. Then Vegeta kind of he's still transformed Majin, But, well, we have a Gohan and Goku, so he's pretty easy to handle by Gohan. That's why Goku had to fight Kid Buu himself. So, with Buu being reverting to Fat Buu, well, this time Goku decides to keep a close watch on him because Mr. Satan was busy getting abused by a 10-year-old. But now we go to basically Dragon Ball Z, not Z Super. I mean, we get a Super. We go to Goku. Who's basically just working in Bulma's lab and testing out a few things. Goku was kind of good in the lab now, so Gohan was helping him. Bulma, she didn't realize she was kind of getting old because Goku was. But she didn't really want to admit she was old. But instead, she mainly took on a more... she's like the CEO of Capsule Corp, but doesn't need to do a thing. She passed on her role to Gohan as he would build everything. And Goten, like Goku, they're not really good with anything in the lab, but they're able to be like a handyman. Or handyman. But Buu would live in the basement where the Saiyans train at Kame House. And Buu kind of lives there and trains. Kame and Piccolo still did fuse eventually over time. But, yeah. Now we go to basically just when they meet Beerus. Beerus arrives. No one has really kept up with Goku's. No one except his family knows how hard he's in training. And Vegeta barely even knows because he doesn't touch to train with Goku that often. He can't train with Goku. He trains with Buu, and that's a lot more fun to him. Well, and Trunks. Let me pause real quick. Goku's base power at this point is 30 trillion, which would make his Akari at 300 trillion. Then Super Saiyan would make it 1.5 quadrillion. And then Super Saiyan 2 would make it, I don't know. All I know is his full power is 15 quadrillion. Cutting Super Saiyan 3 with Akari. So yeah, Beerus arrives. Goku's literally just chilling out on Bulma's yacht. Him and Bulma's yacht. He's kind of sitting on the deck in a chair, shirtless, shorts, relaxing. Gohan and Videl were talking, and as everyone knows Videl's pregnant. It's pretty obvious. And now, when Beerus arrives, he does the main fight the Super Saiyan God, and everyone puts to Goku, saying, "We don't know what Super Saiyan God is, but we have Goku." Goku points to Gohan, saying he's also strong. As soon as Beerus says, "Then I want to fight the boy first, then I'll fight the grown man." But immediately Vegeta would whisper in Goku's ear on who Beerus is, and Goku's like, "Okay, then I'll observe." So Beerus would fight Gohan, and it basically goes as well as it does. Gohan is on the level of Super Saiyan God Goku when he first fights Beerus. The fight goes like that. But as they both send back to Earth, because basically Gohan, he left his wife behind. His wife is pregnant, so it's not good for her. So he basically just forfeited. Gohan basically say that his dad is a lot stronger than him. His dad basically wipes Gohan off the face of the Earth like it's nothing. Because Gohan is Goku's regular sparring partner, so Gohan would know this. Now Beerus says she's looking forward to the first fight with Goku, and Goku immediately begins kind of just jumping up in the air, kind of stretching. When Goku, to do more math real quick. So Goku does eventually go to what was it? I forgot. Goku's full power is basically Super Saiyan 3 with Akari stacked to Kaioken times 10. When he uses this, immediately Beerus feels this overwhelming presence that he hasn't felt in basically ever. Immediately Beerus would roar and go all out. Beerus is all out. People estimate Goku's at something quintillion. People estimate that Beerus is at around 300 quintillion. Beerus still does realize that Goku's insanely strong, but does realize if he doesn't go all out at first, he will die. With Goku and Beerus basically being fighting, basically Goku is just dashing past Beerus with insane speed, kicking him around. Goku has a lot of technique with martial arts, but not as much as Beerus does. Eventually, Goku just uses his greater brute strength to muscle out Beerus. Beerus outspeeds Goku. Goku outmuscles him, and with attacks, he's a bit more creative than just using Hakai. Eventually, Goku is on old Namek as they did switch planets eventually because Frieza Force members kept coming, so they space swap planets. Goku's on old Namek, and Beerus is on the moon. They dash each other one more time with Goku jumping, kind of just spinning around in the air, and basically would yell Dragon's Chase. He coats his body in ki, using Super Saiyan Aura to useless, plus Kaioken. He kicks out, a giant dragon would shoot out, but its eyes and mouth are red, as Kaioken Aura would surround it. And then Beerus would shoot out a giant Hakai Blast. The dragon mouth opens up wider, swallowing the Hakai Blast, and hitting Beerus, almost killing him. But he basically infused Super Saiyan and Kaioken all his power into that, and passed out in space. Beerus is kind of shocked that the dragon basically swallowed Hakai and added it to his power. That's Goku's last-ditch effort attack. It takes up all of his ki, because he has to put Super Saiyan in it, and all his power into it. So yeah. But eventually with this, Goku was just unconscious, and Beerus was kind of covered in blood and scratches, but did thank Goku for a good fight. And he looked down at Vegeta, and as Vegeta is he as strong as Goku, and Vegeta would say, no, he's like 3rd or 4th strongest. Because Vegeta and Piccolo are rivals, plus Boo. So, yeah. And Boo still did start something, so, yeah. And eventually, Beerus does still request that Whis train Goku. Well, first, he requests that, Whis keep an eye on how hard Goku trains. But then Vegeta began training with Whis and gets a lot stronger. At least compared to Boo, as Boo eventually got stronger. Then he was able to get stronger than Gohan, but still not as strong as Goku. Until eventually, Gohan actually asked Goku and Boo both asked to train with Gohan and Boo both asked to train with Whis. And Whis is like, I kind of want to train Goku, not any one of you, because he's impressive to me. But Goku has a different plan. So Korn has more divine water. Piccolo unlocks Goku's potential right after the fight. Once his potential is unlocked, he then goes over to Korn's tower. Korn had prepared tons of divine water. Goku just kind of chugged every bit of it. It was disgusting, but he had done it. And then next is Namek. He goes there, and they unlock his potential. A new guru does. When he's done, well, time for more math, and I hate it. Goku's full power by the time he's done training with Beerus, and not by the time he's done. By the time he arrives to Beerus' planet with Whis after getting his potential unlocked over and over. His full power is 75 quintillion. So yeah, pretty strong. And Beerus does recognize Goku getting a lot stronger, and actually requests to fight him again. And Goku grants that request. So when Beerus fight, Beerus acknowledges that Goku hits harder, moves faster, gets stronger attacks, but is urging to see that giant dragon attack again. And Goku agrees, just tells Beerus to stand on that planet over there. Goku kind of did a simple roundhouse kick using the dragon technique, and immediately the dragon will swallow up every single one of Beerus' planets, and Beerus uses his Hakai to fend it off, but is barely able to push it back. Eventually the dragon does bite his Hakai in half, and bites the planet in half. So yeah, now Beerus quickly tells Whis to train those other Saiyans and Boo. He wants to train Goku personally or train with him. There's no tell there's going to be quite a kind of a role swap. Eventually, this does lead up to Revelation or whatever F. And this is Golden Frieza. Frieza doesn't expect himself to need to go to Earth because he doesn't know if Goku's still alive, but eventually when he hears about Goku's feats and how strong he's become, well, Frieza now needs to be so stronger than he thinks he should be. So eventually this leads to basically Frieza unlocking Golden Frieza, Platinum Frieza, and Diamond Frieza. And King Cold does it with him, because King Cold basically thought Frieza wasn't dead. He thought Frieza was just went into hiding. But nope, Frieza was actually dead. But now we'd have basically Frieza training with King Cold. So he's able to unlock so many forms so fast. But when they find Earth, they arrive there. And, they kind of just see Trunks, Goten, and basically all Z fighters that aren't Saiyans waiting. Trunks and Goten are there because they're not allowed to be on Beerus' planet either just yet. But yeah, so they fight a lot of the Frieza force by themselves, plus Z fighters, and they're doing pretty good. Eventually, Goten and Trunks fuse. They go tanks, and they do their Super Saiyan 3, and they fight regular form Frieza, like his normal 100% form. They do that, they beat that form, then Golden Frieza beats them, until eventually Goku senses it out, and tells Boo to go handle it. Boo would not disappear all the way to Earth, and he does it just as Goku asked. He kills Frieza and King Cold. King Cold was light work, with Boo basically being the best boxer in the world. Boo gives the hands to King Cold disrespectfully and kills him. Frieza got nervous because this is Majin Buu, but Boo just absorbs Frieza, and with King Cold's corpse, he absorbs that. So yeah, now Boo would head back to Beerus's planet, and everyone's kind of shocked. Boo killed those two like it was nothing, and then left. Now we'd go to basically Universe 6. Now when Champa arrives, basically sees Beerus covered in scars, and is shocked. But does notice that Beerus's planet is a little different. Well, first, half of it is in shambles, and Vados asks what's going on here. And to Vados and Champa's shock, he says Beerus found a playmate. Then see Super Saiyan 3 Goku with using Kaioken and Akari fighting Beerus, who's using Hakai and going all out. But Champa's like, wait, what? Beerus, let me join in. And rushes right at them. And that's when Champa is quickly just sent flying to the side, and Champa says, oh, I'm done. They hit too hard. And that's when Vado says, this is why you're the weakest destroyer we have. And Goku actually outmuscles Champa. Goku, if you're ranked with the stories, he'd be like right in the middle. Like he's like halfway being one of the strongest ones. But he's not a destroyer, so yeah. But Whis does actually mention to Vados that Goku's body is weird. He has so much potential that he can't even use Ultimate form. Whether they had to break the Z Sword, they met the Kais and everything. The Z Sword's broken, Elder Kai's out, Gohan has Ultimate form, Boo has Ultimate form even. Like Goku can't have Ultimate form because when he gets Ultimate form, he has more ki being unlocked as the thing goes. So Ultimate form is basically impossible for Goku to obtain. Also really hard for Gohan to keep going, but he still just has it. Now this leads to like Champa actually wanting to fight Goku himself. But Goku and Champa fight, and Goku's full power equal to Champa's full power. While he outmuscles Champa and outspeeds him, Champa had a lot stronger Hakai than Beerus. Or Goku thought. In reality, it was just Goku getting too strong for his own good. But he was just so used to Hakai, so he couldn't tell the difference. Like, oh yeah, I'm just used to seeing Hakai flying at me, I think it's the same thing. So he kind of psyched himself out about it. So he lowered his power level a bit, but just due to being psyched out. But yeah, so Universe 6, there's no tournament with them just yet. And eventually, when Future Trunks does come around, well, they just only send Boo and Gohan. It's Goku Black, but this Trunks is like, he's a lot weaker than your Goku, I know that. It's just, he doesn't know about how much potential that Goku has. He doesn't know much about how much potential Goku has. Like, he killed everyone that could have unlocked the potential. So he's just really weak. So I'm pretty sure just full-powered Gohan. Well, first Gohan would need Kaioken, so have him run that real quick. So Gohan actually learns how to do Kaioken times 8 from Goku and King Kai. And then he also learns a Spirit Bomb. Anything with Boo, basically just learns how to catch, basically train with the Kais. And also had his potential unlocked. Eventually, there's some through time, and we go to Gohan and Boo versus Zamasu and Goku Black. Now, Boo would end up fighting Zamasu. Zamasu and Boo they're kind of the same. They can't be damaged, they can't die. And then we have Gohan versus Goku Black, and Goku Black thought he's going to be invincible because he's like, Goku can kill me. But no, Gohan's laying the hands on it at full power using Super Saiyan 2, Ikari, and Kaioken times 8. But eventually, Goku Black is torn in half and killed. And Boo is actually able to basically waste every single bit of Zamasu's stamina, and before it's recovered, he absorbs him. And Frieza's already in there. So yeah, Boo is able to contain everyone. And due to his potential being unlocked, he was kind of just fooling around with Zamasu. He could have gone all out and destroyed him. He could have regrown, but now he's kind of permanently stuck in Boo. And still, Boo is not as strong as Gohan. That shows how strong Gohan is. Eventually, they head back to the future. They head back to the past. And Trunks is just in utter shock. They did that in 15 minutes. So, yeah, now the Tournament of Power. So basically Zeno had heard about Beerus and Champa's encounters with Goku and were shocked, and they both were shocked, but they want to have a tournament to put the strongest mortals. But instead, basically just tell destroyers and angels to select two mortals from the universe to train them. And well, Vados is looking at a Saiyans, Champa is looking at someone else. He doesn't really care who it is, just looking at someone. And Vados selects Kaba, and Champa selects Hit. And then we'd have Goku, who's already selected by Beerus, and we would select Vegeta. Because Vegeta has had the most rapid growth, despite Gohan basically sticking to mastering all of his abilities. Gohan's on the right track, it's just Vegeta unlocks more forms. And, well, Vegeta is not stronger than Gohan. They're kind of equals. But then we would have Belmod. Belmod has selected Toppo, and the Angel selected Jiren. They all kind of select their own warriors. I'm going to go through the universes. So, the teams for each universe. The Destroyer and Angel both pick students, and there's like two arenas. One arena for the selectees of the Destroyer and Angel starts fighting, kind of like a Royal Rumble, like a tag team Royal Rumble. The other arena would be the other teams. For Universe 7, the teams were basically this. The Angel selected, or the Angel we selected Vegeta. The Destroyer Beerus selected Goku. Then for Universe 6, the Angel Vados chose Kaba. The Destroyer Champa chose Hit. For Universe 11, the Destroyer Belmod chose Toppo. And the Angel Margarita chose Jiren. For Universe 2, the Destroyer Hellas had chose Rubrianne. The Angel Sour had chosen Rosie. For Universe 3, Mule had chose Boretta. And then Campri or Daiquiri the Angel Daiquiri had chose Kato Pesra, or Kato Tesla, which is Kato Pesla, which is the cop guy that Vegeta fought. And then Universe 4, they had chose Quitella, which is the rat, chose Gunos, which is the bird guy that can fly, that fought Roshi. Then Cognac had chose Majora, which is the blind guy Krillin and 18 both fought. Universe 9, Sidra had chose Bergamo, Mojito had chose Lavender. Universe 10, Rumshi chose Napapa, which is the giant pink sumo wrestler guy. And Kusu chose Obni, which is the guy Gohan had knocked out, and the guy had a wife and kid. So yeah, in the Angel and Destroyer arena, we get to see Goku and Vegeta versus, we'll kind of assign matches. So the first fight would be Goku and Vegeta versus Napapa and Obni. So Vegeta would have to fight. Vegeta gets to choose who he fights, and Vegeta would want to fight Obni. And with a simple kick, Obni is kicked basically so hard his ribs are all broken and he's knocked unconscious. Then Goku leaves up to Napapa, and that guy tries to just tackle Goku out of bounds. Goku just grabs his arms and breaks them, and then headbutts him into the ground over and over until he's unconscious. So yeah, now the next fight for Universe 6. So Kaba would get to fight Rubrianne, and Kaba would fight Rubrianne, Hit would fight Rosie. Kaba trained with Vados the whole time these two rings were being built, so that took around a total of a week and a half, so Kaba is just now getting accustomed to God Ki. As he fights Rubrianne, the fight's kind of equal at this point. So eventually Rubrianne's punched in the gut hard enough to make her pass out, first throw up and go out of her power-up form, and with that she submits. And then Hit quickly just time skips behind Rosie and chops her in the back of the neck, knocking her out. Really, then we go over to Universe 7, Universe 6, and Universe 2 same alongside Universe 10. Well, Universe 10 has already been wiped out completely. Universe 6 stayed in the game. Universe 2 barely hanging in there. Now we go to Universe 11, Toppo versus versus Boretta. So Topo would fight Boretta, and Topo quickly just one-shots them. And then Jiren versus the cop guy, Katopesla. And Jiren quickly just swiftly smacks him in the face and knocks him out. And then Universe 3 was already dead, so yeah. Then, so hold up, let me make sure I get these marked down right. Check mark, check mark, check mark. Fail. 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 So now we would have Universe 4 versus Universe 9. So basically, what happens here is basically Ganos would attack Bergamo, and Bergamo quickly just punches him in the face hard enough to send him flying out of bounds. And then we'd have Majora who would fight. We have Majora who would fight Lavender, and Lavender actually gets knocked out. So yeah, they both to move on. Sorry about that. They both can move on, but now they have to team up. So F for Lavender and F for Ganos. So now Universe 7 versus Universe 4 and 9 combined. So now with that would basically be Vegeta, who's going to fight Bergamo. And Vegeta quickly just powers up to his new form, which would be Ultra Instinct Omen. Powers up to that form, he proceeds to fight Bergamo, and Bergamo's kind of barraged and knocked unconscious. Then Goku has to fight Lavender. He has to fight Majora. And Goku just grabs Majora by the neck and body slams him. Not by the neck, but by the neck and choke slams him. And then knocks him out. So yeah, Bergamo and all of them are out. F. So another check mark goes to them. But now Vados and Kaba versus Jiren. Not Vados and Kaba. Kaba and Hit versus Topo and Jiren. So you kind of just see, you see Kaba would attack Jiren, and Jiren grabs Kaba and just throws him around, throws him away. Kaba runs in for attack and is punched in the face by Jiren. Not full force, but enough to knock out Kaba. And then Hit versus Topo. Topo broke the concept using his Akai form and just shoved him out of bounds. So now Universe 7 versus Universe 6. Immediately, not Universe 6, Universe 11. Now Belmont is kind of nervous because he saw what Goku did to Beerus. So kind of nervous for whoever's Goku's gonna fight. Goku selects Jiren, but Vegeta already gonna select Topo. But Jiren would go full power, and Goku isn't going to go in full power. Wait, pause. So Goku basically would look at Jiren, as Jiren would go into Master Ultra Instinct, and Goku would scoff at Ultra Instinct, shocking clearly all the angels. Whis doesn't even know Goku has up his sleeve, while Beerus would turn away, saying, "This form that Goku's using against Jiren even has beaten Beerus." Everyone hears this. Jiren immediately gulps down, kind of nervous, because for the first time a story has admitted they have lost to this form. But Goku would take off his blue jacket, leaving on his pants and shoes. Suddenly he could power up, going into, Super Saiyan 3 form, but the hair didn't grow. Instead, the aura is purplish. The purple aura would then go to Goku's hair, making his hair purple. His eyebrows disappear. And Goku then mixes in every bit of power he can. Power Super Saiyan 3, just short hair, mix with Ultra Ego, Kaioken, Kari, and Goku's sheer badassness, making his power go up to 7 octillion. People compare the multiplier of Ultra Ego to Ultra Instinct, so I'll give it the same multiplier, which people estimate is 100 million. So yeah, whatever. So Goku's in octillions, and that means fighting Jiren or slaughtering Jiren. Goku's simply too fast for Jiren to keep up with, as Goku's moving like basically quadrillions of times faster than light. Can't even keep up with. So Goku's just disappearing, kicking Jiren in the face. Disappears, kick Jiren in the ribs. Jiren is being outsped, out-muscled, out-keyed, yeah. Eventually, as Jiren's coughing up blood, Goku is right above him, and throws down one blast. Before he reaches Jiren's head, suddenly, that blast splits into multiple, and begins hitting Jiren in pressure points over and over and over, until he passes out. As Jiren hits the ground, Toppo has been beaten by Vegeta just one simple kick. Vegeta's Ultra Instinct element hit Toppo right in the gut as hard as he could, and it basically made Toppo throw up and pass out. That's what it was. But yeah, with that, Universe 11 is destroyed. But is defeated. Universe 7 wins. And what happens at the tournaments in the other arena had ended just now. Universe 7 was that winner as well. They see Tien holding up Kale and Caulifla using his extra arms, and Kale's unconscious in one arm, and Caulifla's unconscious in the other. And we see Gohan just pounding Dispo's head in the ground as Dispo pants Gohan. And Dispo's yelling for mercy, and Gohan saying he's going to kill him. But yeah. Eventually, this leads to Universe 7 being announced the winners. And immediately, Dispo's like, wait, what? We lost? Here's to check on Jiren, who's covered in blood. And quickly calls Goku a bad guy. Also appears to laugh, saying, Goku defends planets as a hobby. He's far from bad guy. Toppo thought Goku was a bad guy as well, because it's kind of Goku's idea, or everyone thought it was. But it wasn't. He shares that Goku's a good guy, and, yeah. The next arc is the Morrow Arc. Morrow does escape. Goku and Vegeta are tasked with destroying him. Then again, it's left up to Buu to do it. Because Buu should get all the power he could. But Gohan tests it out as well. Just tests out Morrow. Gohan will fight Morrow physically, and test it out until Buu, and determine if Buu can do it himself or not. And Gohan says that Buu can do this easily. But as soon as Morrow gets close enough, Buu grabs him from behind and absorbs him. Well, first kind of begins crushing every single bone he has in his torso, then absorbs him. And everyone that was inside Buu's body previously, like Zamasu, King Cold's corpse, Frieza, they've all died in there. Yeah, Buu just kind of absorbed their power fully, as now he has Golden Buu, he has Platinum Buu, he has Diamond Buu. Yeah, so he has Diamond Buu, Gold Buu, Platinum Buu, and now he is able to kind of copy techniques or copy forms temporarily. He already stole Frieza's forms. Now, if he gets close enough or gets in fight long enough, he can just do the same form as you. So yeah, eventually they head back, and Buu basically just absorbed Morrow, and Supreme Kai can't help but be amazed. So yeah. And now we go over to just I guess we fast forward a bit because the Morrow arc ended in fucking 10 minutes. No, not even 10 minutes. They have instant transmissions. They could find him. That arc ended in 5. So the Granola arc. Well, Frieza has not been known in the universe for a while, and it's rumored some Saiyans destroyed him. So eventually Granola does wish to be the strongest in the universe to hunt down these Saiyans. It happens that Goku and Vegeta were kind of racing planet to planet. Goku in Ultra Ego, and both Vegeta in Ultra Instinct. Kind of dashing planet to planet to planet to planet to planet, until they come across a certain planet Stereo. They both crash into Granola's yard, or Granola and Monato's yard, and they think it's an attack until they hear Vegeta yell, saying, "Damn it, Kakarot, wrong planet!" They jump off, and suddenly Granola will grab Goku and throw him into Vegeta. But as soon as Goku will land, they look at Granola, and ask Granola who he thinks he is. Granola says that they're Saiyans, so he's going to kill them, because he says that Saiyans ruined its life. And he's like, I don't care if you guys were the ones that killed Frieza, let me kill you, and attacks them. But Goku quite literally powers up to his full power, and Granola's quite literally just meeting the other strongest person in the universe. Goku's already stronger than Beerus, at full power. Now he looks at Granola, as him and Granola are now rivals. They dash with them being trading blows over and over and over. And then Vegeta looks at Monaito, and Monaito says, "No, this is between Granola and you two, not me." So then Granola's kicked in the ribs, sending he flying into Vegeta, and Vegeta gets hold of him, placing Ultra Instinct with his insane strength. And Goku just trying to kill him, but says Granola's basically, he could be helped with Dragon Balls. He can tell Granola wasted a lot of his life trying to use this wish because Goku knows how Dragon Balls work. But this leads to Granola saying no, he doesn't need this, and throws Vegeta off of him, and, well, Granola's rage is shaking planet cereal. Goku looks at Vegeta, asking him to hold off Granola for a second, and Vegeta does just that. Goku walks up to Minato and asks if he can unlock potential. Minato says he can, and Goku puts Minato's hand on his head, saying, "Do it." Minato feels how much potential Goku has, but then realizes it's limitless. With this, Goku's potential is unlocked, and it reaches 3 septillion at full power. Goku appears right behind Granola, punching him in the back, and he shatters Granola's spine. When Granola hits the ground, he begins coughing up blood, and Goku knee drops him right in his back again, and Granola's unconscious. Now the Heaters were watching this. Goku's fucking broken. But he sensed the Heaters, and didn't realize that, and just sent a gigantic blast at them and killed them all. Well, it was pretty easy in Goku's honesty. But Whis appeared right in front of Goku, asking why he's so strong again, and saw a Namekian whose eyes are widened, and says, "Goku, did you make him grant your wish? Grant wish, but did you make him unlock more potential?" Goku nodded, and Whis just sighs, saying, "Goku, Goku, Goku, so insatiable." But Whis points out that he sensed Broly and just wanted to tell Goku about it, so Goku just heads to planet Vegeta with Broly, not Vegeta planet Vampa with Broly, where Broly is with Vegeta. Now Paragus is sending Broly to attack Goku and Vegeta, but Vegeta traps Broly inside the neck, knocking him out immediately. And Vegeta says he's kind of here just to get them off this planet. And kind of explain the whole thing with Frieza for a second, and then this is like, Perry's like, "Oh, well, yes, thank you for saving us, and thank you for not killing Broly." And Granola, well, when Dragon Balls are available again, they're going to use them to heal Granola's spine. From now on, though, Goku's traveling to each and every universe to find Super Dragon Balls to restore Granola's life force. So in his universe, he found 2 of them. Universe 6, he found 1 of them. And he's supposed to travel universe to universe. After he found them all, he asks for help with Whis. Whis grants the wish of restoring Granola's life force at the expense of him losing half of his power. And the wish is granted. So yeah. But now it kind of concludes this What If. I'm not going into Dragon Ball Kakume, because I don't want to do that right now, since there's not that many chapters, so it's not going to matter. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment another part. Goodbye. Not another part, but like and subscribe for a redo of this What If later.